People sometimes ask me, when did God first show up in your life? The truth is, he was there long before I ever knew his name. I didn't grow up in a Christian home. My mom was a Christian Scientist, and my father was a Jehovah's Witness. My stepfather was gay and didn't believe in God. But we did go to a Christian Science church every Sunday. My mother did try to make me believe in Mary Baker Eddy and pass that doctrine on to me, but I didn't understand it. But in Sunday school at Christian Science Church, kids didn't learn that doctrine. We learned Bible stories. By the age of 10, even before that, I learned every Bible story. David and Goliath, Daniel in the lion's den, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego in the fiery furnace, and the fourth man who showed up to save them. I was filled with such faith from these stories, and I memorized the Lord's Prayer, Psalm 23. I didn't know it then, but scripture was being poured into me, and the word never returns void, not even in a little girl who felt completely alone. And as a child, this is important, I loved my mother so much. I would slip notes under her pillow. I would say things like, I don't want you to die ever. I love you so much. Please live forever. And she would come home and her feet, she had bunions on her feet. They would hurt so much. I would rub her feet for her. And we never knew in our house what version of my mother that we were going to get. And I would just hope that we would get the happy version. And it was not, we would not get that version very often. At an early age, I couldn't explain what was happening inside of me, but there was something spiritual that was happening. Even though we walked on eggshells with my mom, this spiritual thing that was happening inside of me, I would get visions, and I didn't know what they were. I know now that it was the Holy Spirit, but these visions were things that I couldn't explain then. Some of them were good and happy, and some of them were just horrible. I would look at my brother, just on a normal day, we would be having fun, and I'd just look at him, and dread would come over me because I would just feel like he's not going to live a long life. And I didn't want that knowledge. I didn't ask for it, but it was there. Years later, years ahead, I had seen what Dallas looked like, with the highways, the freeways, the circular roads. And there was no Google Maps, no internet, nothing. But I knew that this is the place where we settled, where our whole family settled. I saw things that I couldn't have seen and couldn't have known. But God was showing me things that were going to happen in the future. My mom's theology wasn't correct, but she did tell me something that stuck with me. She said, don't use God. Don't ask him for things and then just go away from him, and don't speak to him and then come back and ask him for something else. And as strange as that sounds, that one sentence protected me from treating God like a superstition or a genie in a bottle, and it planted something in me, something real. When I look back now, I can see it so clearly, even in the chaos of my childhood, with the instability, with all of the confusion. God was sowing seeds in my heart. He was preparing me. He was speaking to me long before I knew how to recognize his voice. This is right here. This is where my story begins. And part 2 is where everything changes. If any part of this resonates with you, I would love to hear your testimony. This is just the beginning of my journey. Stay with me for part 2.